3 pages into this, and so far I'm loving it. I am loving the Grumpy Sunshine. You can like really tell off the bat, and like tell like the Grumpy Sunshine in general. I was hooked with the storyline from the beginning. Absolutely love, which isn't shocking. I went into this expecting to love it. But this is about Lark, and she moves in next door to Callum, and Lark ends up learning that Callum needs to marry for his 35th birthday to inherit his family's funeral home. So Lark decides to help Callum find a wife. So yeah, just from the beginning, I'm loving it. And also it's a nice fast read. Like I am flying through this. Like I haven't been reading for long and I'm already 103 pages in. I think I've been reading for like 45 minutes. So I feel like I'm going to finish this one quite quickly. So I have finished Morbidly Yours, and I'm so indecisive on what to rate this. I'm kind of leaning towards 4 stars, 3.5, 4 stars. I'm not sure. I'll leave the rating on the screen anyway. No, I really don't know what to rate it. But like I said, I really enjoyed the Grumpy Sunshine trope in this. I felt like it was done perfectly and it brought the story together. I love that you could feel that the characters had such a strong connection. I don't know what it was, honestly, but it was just done so well. I feel like the slow burn romance in this was much needed, and it wasn't like too slow burn to the point where it felt like it was dragging on. I feel like it was done perfectly. Just this whole book, I felt like it was done perfectly. But then unfortunately, then comes the third act breakup. I got super disappointed with how Lara handled the incident with her co-worker, only because she didn't stand up for herself, and I really wanted her to. She seems like the character that would, just from like the rest of the book, and when she didn't, I was disappointed because I was expecting her to. She does seem like a strong character, and it was disappointing to see her just letting that happen to her and like let bad things happen to her without like speaking up about it. Like I said, especially as she seems like a character that would speak up. So I don't know, I just would have liked it if she had stuck up for herself, said something in that situation. But otherwise the rest of the book was great. Like I really enjoyed it. So now I think I'm going to start the next book, and I think I'm going to start Haunt Your Heart Out. This is like very short, so I could definitely finish it very quickly. I don't know too much about this one. I haven't really heard anything. All I know is that it is a small town, or like based in a small town. I mean, we all know I love a small town romance, and that it's about a bookseller and a filmmaker, and I got that from the back. So that's all I know about it so far. So I'm going to start this now, and I'll give you all an update once I have one. I just finished Haunt Your Heart Out, and I am surprised by this one. I actually really enjoyed this. I was expecting to go into this and, you know, like have fun, but you know, I'm obsessed. Like I had a great time. So this is based in a small town, and it is about a bookseller named Lex who invented ghost stories for her blog. Then a filmmaker named James comes to town to make a film about the ghost stories. Lex then becomes involved to protect her secret that she's been keeping so that she can buy her dream bookshop. Their relationship developed obviously while James is filming his film, but then she's also keeping this massive secret. So that is one of the things that is putting a stop to it, because she realizes his project is a lot more serious than what she thought, and her secret that she has and that she's keeping from him could ruin everything. But yeah, if I'm being honest, I don't really have anything bad to say about this book. It was so enjoyable. I loved the characters' storyline. I was intrigued the whole time. It kept me on my feet because I just wanted to know how things were going to turn out, especially with her having this big massive secret and this project being so important to James, and how it was all going to work out. But I love the characters. Their connection in this was amazing. It was done perfectly, and I loved reading about Lex and her growth abandonment issues, because that's one of the things that she's trying to get throughout this book. And this is such a cozy and full read. I feel like I read it on the perfect day where it's like cold, rainy, read it at the perfect moment type thing. And obviously this just seems like my type of book, because, you know, ghost stories. I have a whole podcast talking about that. So it's just my thing. But I just love the storyline of like a filmmaker going to investigate these like hauntings type thing. So this was 4 stars for me. I would highly recommend if you are looking for kind of like a last fall or like October type read, because it is short. So I feel like it would be perfect. But also it's just an amazing read. So the next book I'm going to start is Haunted Ever After. I don't know how much I'm going to get read because obviously I have read a lot today. I am definitely going to make a start on it. I am really looking forward to this one. This one is another one I don't know too much about, but I believe, guessing from like the cover and from what I've heard, I think it is about someone that's just moved into like a house that is known for hauntings or something along those lines. So again, just sounds like my thing. Hauntings is my thing apparently. So last night I finished Haunted Ever After, and I'm actually a little bit disappointed about this one. I honestly thought I was going to enjoy it a lot more than what I did. I ended up rating this one 2.5 stars. This is about Cassie, who has just moved into a new house and she is new in town, and she ends up moving there for a fresh start. And then there is Nick, who is the owner to a local coffee shop, and he is accustomed to the town ghost tourism. So when Cassie moves into this new house, she ends up finding out that her new house is inhabited by a ghost named Sarah. Because her outlets won't work, she ends up going to the coffee shop, and that is where she ends up meeting Nick. And then Cassie begins to uncover the truth, and then Cassie ends up uncovering the history of the house with the help of the residents in the town and the ghostly companion. I found it hard to feel a connection between the characters. I felt like it wasn't there, and some of the things, just like the connection, anytime there was like progress, it just felt rushed and like not really planned out well. And I did feel like the romance part lacked, and that's also probably why I didn't feel a connection really. I really enjoyed the ghostly things, of course I did, like the history and finding out the history and all that stuff I really enjoyed. And I love that there was also kind of like a found family moment, or where like a town comes together to help. I found it a bit slow throughout the book. Like I did feel like it dragged on quite a lot and not much was happening at time, but I was satisfied in the end. So that is why it's a 2.5 stars for me. Now I'm going to start the Village Library Demon Hunting Society. This one looks really interesting, sounds really interesting, sounds like my cup of tea, should I say. I am going to start reading this one now. Have finished the Village Library Demon Hunting Society. I don't really have much to say about it, if I'm being completely honest, and I didn't really have any update. It is about Sherry, who is investigating a string of murders in her quiet town, and then she discovers that there is actually a supernatural force that is in play when a demon possesses her cat, Lord Thomas Cornwell. That is when Sherry teams up with a new priest and other friends to solve the murders and to defeat the demon. I really enjoyed the light-hearted and funny moments within the book. I feel like it brought like the humor into something that is normally taken so seriously, so it made it not so serious, which I really enjoyed. My favourite character was definitely the cat, obviously, because he was hilarious. I would have loved more action and more characters helping Sherry with the mystery, and it did feel a bit slow at like majority of the book. So I do feel like this is a 2-star read for me. Okay, so it's a few hours later and I have finished The House Witch and the Enchanted of the Hearth. I listened to the audiobook for this, so that is why I didn't do any updates or anything. And to be honest, I don't really have anything to say about it. I'm actually quite disappointed about this one because I really thought it was going to be one that I would enjoy, and I didn't. I did decide to rate it 2 stars. This is about Finley, who is a magical royal cook with a secret identity, and he must navigate the complexities of court politics. And he ends up having romance with a unexpected lady in the court, and he has some things hidden in his past. There is also a black fluffy cat that he is always accompanied by, and his life becomes more complicated as he tries to keep his magic a secret and to protect his heart. This is told to be a cozy fantasy. I can safely say it didn't feel like it, as it discusses a lot of dark topics, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to go into this, being cozy and fun and lighthearted, and I don't know, I just wasn't expecting all the dark topics. The book has strong characters, and I do feel like there was likable characters, which was nice, but just generally, I don't know, I don't really have much to say. All I know is that this book wasn't for me, and I am a little bit disappointed because I think one of the main parts is probably because I was going into thinking it was one thing and coming out as something else. It like wasn't what I was expecting type thing. So I think 2 stars is a fair rating. So I finished Apprentice to the Villain. I'm not going to talk too much about this one because it is the second book in a series. But this follows Evie as she steps up from assistant to apprentice for her boss, Tristan, aka the villain. I loved reading about Evie tapping into her dark side. That was really interesting. I feel like this was a great sequel to Assistant to the Villain. I love the characters and the found family feeling we was getting from the characters. I found the humour in this book so good and entertaining, and the book in general is just really fun to read. I don't really have any bad things to say, but I would say I think I'm going to rate this one 3 stars. So that is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave this emoji if you're watching to the end, and hope to see you all in my next one. Bye.